Getting your head around the gods and all their epithets can be a confusing and lengthy process, but splitting it up into easily digestible chunks is a great way to get started on this seemingly janky concept. First, what exactly is an epithet and why are they used? An epithet is essentially a name describing a specific aspect of a god. Think of it like the different parts of the humanities department: classics, history and geography. They are all humanities subjects, but if you wanted help with your history homework, you would get help from a history teacher, probably not a classics or geography one. The gods have different epithets so that Greeks could identify what aspect of the god they had to worship, like in the example we just mentioned. For example, if you were going into battle, you might want to sacrifice or pay homage to Athene Promachus, the frontline fighter, or Zeus Oroius, warlike Zeus, to come out victorious. The gods' epithets don't just reflect their roles, they sometimes provide backstory. After doing some digging into Pallas Athene from Homer's Odyssey, Athene took up this epithet after accidentally killing her friend Pallas in a sparring match after a disagreement. Not a great way to treat your friends.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Why she took the name, whether it be out of grief or something else, is not really clear, but it is nice to have an alternative backstory to some epithets. This then begs the question of how many epithets are there? Well, a lot. Pausanias, the travel writer, managed to give more than 7 different examples of Zeus's epithets in Olympia, just in one place. And that's just Zeus. Athene has 4 of her epithets on show at the Athenian Acropolis, along with more from the writings of the likes of Homer. With the gods having such a wide variety of epithets, you may be asking, well, don't some of them cross over? Well, you would be right. Looking back to Zeus's epithets, he has many crossovers, like with Zeus Agorius of the marketplace and Hermes, and Zeus Philios, property, marriage and childbirth, and Hera, which is strange that Zeus has any form of association with happy marriages, with the amount of women he's been with.
This race is turning into the one just like Silverstone, and they're flying off. There's another one, gone straight into the side of Jensen Button's car, and another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars off at the corner.
And there's another one stranded on the outside.
And if we look again to Pausanias, he talks of crossovers with Zeus Oroius and Ares, and Zeus Chthonius, the underground, and Hades, which feels like a terrible idea to be competing in roles against the god of war. And the literal god of the underworld, the opposite to the divine. But hey, it's Zeus, he's the king of the gods, so he can basically do whatever the hell he likes, and I'm not arguing with the king of the gods. Zeus the king is also Zeus Basileus. Bonus epithet. You're welcome. And it's not only Zeus who runs into this problem. You have Athene Nike, of victory and Nike, Athene Parthenos, of maidens, and Artemis, Athene Promachus, and poor Ares again. Even Pan and Artemis share roles, and God forbid Poseidon has to share one of his roles with... Sorry? Sorry, what's that? He does? With who? Oikonos? Who even is he? Oh? Another river god? Oh, for... And Poseidon and the ocean god Oikonos, who is also mentioned in Hesiod's stories, also have overlapping roles. Wow, after all that, I'm feeling quite lightheaded. But we still have one more thing to get straight. How on earth did the Greeks get around all this overlap? Well, they simply just accepted the fact that each of the gods had different roles and aspects to them. Now, it's important to remember that the gods' epithets were not separate entities, more just separate aspects of the gods that one had to worship for specific reasons. An example of this is Xenophon Anabasis, when being told to treat the epithets separately and to worship each one in order to succeed. In his case, he had given respects to Zeus Basileus, but not Zeus Melikios, and so prevented his homecoming, etc, etc, etc. And that pretty much concludes our look into the epithets and roles of the gods. Hopefully it was entertaining, but also quite useful, and if we did that, job well done. Cheers!